Gonna do some Randos stuff here. Let's get the name set up correctly, though. Gonna start soon. Alrighty. Just want to get the link out there, and then I'll get started. Alright, so what setup do I have here? I'm using the new, or newish, I forget if it's new or not. Yeah, I think it's new. The guarded OG setup. Oh, where's my controller? Ugh. Ah, good, I can reach it. Probably should have found that first, huh? Oh, let's see. Yeah, so the guarded OG setup has all the normal places to check. And then also, let's see, behind Scylla, behind Granfaloon, behind Beelzebub, behind Doppelganger 40, and the Fake Trio. Oh, should I do the extra luck? Extra luck. Terrible stats. I've always felt that the terrible stats are completely offset by the increased luck, though. I am sick. I really considered just not streaming, but for whatever reason I have the energy to stream and the time to stream, which is just not something that ever happens anymore. Oh, so if I'm coughing and sneezing and yawning, forgive me, Lisa. Oh, that was one too many. It was 11 down, one too many. Right? Eh? Eh? Almost let that play. It's been a long time since I've listened to it. But then instead of fighting him fair and square... Hydrostorm. 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 Really? Really, Belmont? You're gonna be a G-Pass? Hydrostorm. So that's how it's gonna be, huh? Hydrostorm. Ah. Hydrostorm. He's barely in the picture there. So I think I'll... Oh no, wait. I think I did use the preset. Yeah, I did use the preset. I made a bunch of seeds, a couple with the preset, a couple mimicking the preset. This one is actually with the preset. Oh yeah, 5 hearts. Oh, that's a nice little cape. So, okay, so equipment is what it's supposed to be. It's not randomized equipment. So the crystal cloak looks like that, huh? Ah, there we go. Shield rod. I think the shield rod is just normal shield rod here, right? Well, so I was playing something where the shield rod was completely deactivated. Now I don't remember which one. What hack it was, or... Oh, that's gonna bug me. I wish I hadn't remembered that. What was I playing? Hard mode? Might have been hard mode. Now, if I equip this and Death steals my stuff, does he take the Dark Blade, or does he just take the shield rod? Not entirely sure which one I'd rather have. I guess I would rather have the shield rod, right? And find some cool shield. Like, we don't have enough magic yet for the shield rod special. Man, yeah, I think I'd rather... What is going... Why? Controller, stop it. Oh, that is gonna be unplayable. Controller, why are you doing this to me? It's just like shifting randomly. Alright, well, we're gonna see what happens. One hit? One hit. There we are. So, I would say that I'm gonna like try to do it as quickly as I can. But, with these new places to check, it's not gonna be nearly as fast. Yeah, you took my shield rod. You monster. I should have known that's what was gonna happen, but... I feel like that's the first time I've had a weapon drop before death. It's gonna be total waste going here, like it always is. Wait a minute. Are items not shuffled? Probably just coincidence, right? Unless that's normally an HP max. It could be. TNT. And cloth tunic. And stats. Yeah, stats are not shuffled. That's fine. I could probably go through this whole seed without saving it, but... I'll save it anyway. When you take a game that's as easy as SotN and you randomize it, turns out it's typically even easier than the original. But you know what? It's still fun. I'm taking my time. Walking. Not backdashing like crazy. Not... Oh. There it is. There's the coughing. Not using the emulator speed up function. Just, you know, doing a little a la carte run. Ooh. The Zweihander, well, it might actually be powerful enough to... It's only 3 more. Oh. Jeez, it's so weak. It's so bad. Two-handed weapons are so bad. Off with their heads, though. I can't hit the... Oh, I can. It does swing downward. Alright. Alright, so if this is an HP max up, I'm going to be upset. Oh, good. Short kick. I probably got to stop saying stuff so quickly, right? The audio's probably ahead of the video. If my little picture-in-picture is to be believed. If and only if. I was going to talk about something. I forget. Ooh. Strawberries. That'll go so well with my shortcake. What was I gonna say? Can't decide if I should mute myself when I cough, or just let anyone who happens to be listening suffer. feel like the sound is much quieter than normal. Anyway. Coughing time. So what was I going to say? Ah, yes. I mentioned earlier that I have both the time and the energy. So my choices, I thought to myself, prepare stuff for my D&D game, or do some streaming. And you know what? I went with streaming. So then in a couple days when we meet for D&D, I can be completely unprepared. Excellent. How much MP do I have? 10? That's not 20. That's 10. Here, have one. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Ooh, I got away without getting hit. Oh, and then I got hit. That's okay. They can't actually put up a fight. Oh, here comes the backdashing. Can only go slow for so long. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Should I use the tracker? I could challenge myself to a mental game of, can I remember where I've been even though I'm sick? It sounds like a frustrating game of rage quit. Oh, yeah, there we go. Get the ear damaging acceleration going. I'll warn you the next time I do it. Like right now, I'm totally not gonna wait. I'm not waiting. My patience ran out. I'm a very impatient person. Very impatient. In case you haven't figured that out from any of my previous streams where I fast forward the hell out of everything. If you give me the option to speed something up, I'm gonna speed it up. Chrono Cross, you beat it once, you get a fast forward button? Yeah, it's the button. I'm pretty sure you have to hold it down. My god, I would hold that button down. Literally the entire game. That whole friggin' thing. Getting sped up. I don't remember how fast it was. It was like 1.5 times. I mean, not really that impressive, but really nice of them to think like, alright, we're gonna put a New Game Plus mode in here. Let's make it not take, 30 hours or whatever for the for the second playthrough. Ah. Ooh. That's unexpected, huh? And I didn't save it after fighting the boss. You know what this means? This means I get to fight Slugra and Gaibon again. Yes! It's like the best fight in the game, guys. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Where are we? And this time I don't have to take the elevator because it was a pile of poop. What I get? I got like a pill and friggin' TNT. I'm not gonna use either of those. Alright. This must be the Tower before. Yep, it is. There we go. Let's do this. Take 2. You know what? I played a Seed of Final Fantasy 1 rando earlier today. It was a horrible seed. I started it yesterday, I think. Finished it today. Oh, it was horrible. Most deaths I've had in a few dozen runs, if ever. My gosh, it was terrible. Well, 17 deaths, I think. I did the exact same thing. Yeah, 17 deaths. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Wipes, I should say. Wipes, yeah. I had, so it's the new way I'm playing the FF1 rando is to have a single character start, but then I pick out what my other characters will be at the start. So I name the blanks after what character I want, and those are the only ones I'll recruit along the way. And I wanted, I think, it was terrible. Oh, it was so bad. I started with some POS, couldn't do anything, like a super weak white mage with no magic, or super weak thief, something with no magic, and the stats were tanked, and basically I couldn't do anything. imps, I don't know if they were Death Touch or Cast Thunder or something ridiculous, so the safe area wasn't safe. And then, get over here. And then after that, Garland was slaughtering me. I had random, might not have been totally random, but, you know, shuffle cross zones are totally random encounters. So everything was kicking my ass. I couldn't win a fight for a while. Eventually, I was lucky enough to stumble across something weak, like I don't know, like a 2-Grimp battle or something that I could actually win. Got a couple levels, and I fought Garland, beat Garland. Got access to other parts of the map. And, eventually got a black mage somewhere. And I thought, like, oh, finally, got the black mage, got this pathetic excuse for a fighter. Now I can do stuff. Well, not really. The available black magic was terrible. So, I'm gonna get the tracker. Alright. Tracker is... Oh, see, I already didn't check off cube, so, right. Okay, I'm using the tracker now. Oh yeah, bat. That's the first one was bat. Duh. So yeah, the no area effect spells. So that was useless. Goodness. I think he had a pretty powerful single target spell, which, you know, it was useful for very specific encounters. But the two of them together, you know, an unequipped thief and an unequipped black mage are really not much of a threat to things. Oh, that's crap. I'm gonna put that on my tracker. If I'm gonna be telling stories, I'm not gonna be able to also remember where I've been. Alright, I'm definitely not going down to that part. I don't care about the levels. I'll get levels eventually. You know what? I might need money for the library. I was gonna just skip those, but nah. So anyway, eventually, that terrible, terrible seed, I say as I skip that bag of money, I was able to basically make no progress. It was terrible. I had to keep going different places. So I got most of my deaths in the marsh cave. Because I got the canoe somewhere, and then it was like, alright, I can either go through to the volcano, ice cave, or marsh cave. And I thought about it for a little while. I was being indecisive. I was like, this is less than ideal. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather just go to the volcano. Even though I was low level, I couldn't kill stuff really. It's like, whatever. Let's just go to the volcano. Won't be able to kill Carrie, but maybe, just maybe, I can get the incentivized chest. So, going to the volcano. I don't even think I made it to the 3rd floor. It was terrible. It's like, alright, so let's do the marsh cave then. And then it was the marsh cave. Friggin' marsh cave. Tells you what. That marsh cave. Everything in there was terrible. Death Touch, War Mech, you name it. So, then I went back to the volcano, got killed again. Then I went to the ice cave, got killed. And I was like, this is terrible. So I went back to the marsh cave. And then I got in there. And then I started getting lucky, got the item. And then it turned into an easy seed. Got my 4 characters, beat it. Man, the beginning was terrible. Good old Zweihander. One shot in those stupid roses. Gonna go kill me a doppelganger. Now this is not the doppelganger that's gonna have the incentivized check. It's the second doppelganger. Gotta kill this guy. Just to show him who's the boss, really. Oh, so you've got a big sword? So do I. Here, have a spell. While you wait. Should I check? I don't feel like sitting there for 30 seconds. Yeah, I should. Ugh, I don't feel like it. Not going to. Don't need it. probably run into like 8 rings of Varda anyway. Remember that seed, you guys? That was silly. That was a very silly seed. I think I also had a duplicator of that seed, so like, jeez. Does this have a charge attack? This one doesn't? Oh, there it is. Okay. It's either Hadouken or back forward. Turned out to be back forward. Alright. And then there was Doppelganger. This is definitely not the correct weapon to fight Doppelganger with. Oh man, is this bat gonna screw up the fight? Is he gonna turn into mist and or bat form every time the bat's like, I'm gonna attack now. Ooh, you're 1 damage. Do it again, bat. Get him, bat. Get him, bat. Oh, snap. That was so much easier than I thought it would be. I guess the range of this Firehander is pretty good. Ooh, Kingstone. Okay, okay. Take the extra strength. Yeah. Why not? Alright, I think I'm going to screw up this jump. I can feel it. You can do it. Oh, I did it. All for a high potion. Oh, I nailed it twice. What? The most difficult jump in the game right there. Lightning Mail. Sweet. Now I'm strong versus lightning attacks. Did I get something else that I need to check off on my tracker? No, I don't think so. Just the 2 so far. Alright. Hey, my controller stopped moving randomly. That's cool. Did he just try to block my Spyhander and fail? I suddenly like this 2-handed sword even more. Which, you know, isn't saying much. The bar was pretty low. Alright, close your ears. Cool, it didn't make any horrible noises this time. Not like the elevator at all. Oh, good, so I can speed up the loading zones. Oh, this is the Power of Sire, alright. I will gladly have a Power of Sire. That makes 2. Now I have Powers of Sire.
Like
Who dares speaks?
I dare speaks.
Oh, hey, Bob. How's it going?
Oh, it's going all right, man. I was just gonna hop in for a minute before I kind of clear off of here, but I was curious. I got your stream up on YouTube.
Cool.
So is this the new flag one?
Yeah, it is. It just adds a few new places to check is all, but yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, how does it add new?
Oh, let's see. I have the list here as I get killed. Maybe I should pause it. There we go. So let's see. Guarded adds a check behind Scylla, Granfaloon, Beelzebub, Doppelganger 40, and Fake Trio. So any of those bosses could have a relic.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So there's usually not much reason to fight Scylla. So yeah,
Yes.
it just incentivizes going down to those places. I gotcha.
Yep.
That could be more interesting.
Yeah, especially Granfaloon. That one's pretty out of the way. The others, not too far the way.
I don't mind anything that makes you check more of the map.
Yeah.
I mean, just to be honest.
Actually, I guess Fake Trio is pretty out of the way, too. So the funny thing about Fake Trio, I first saw that, I'm like, what? Because you can go to that from either side. But then I remembered, like, oh yeah, killing them gets you an item, so... It's a good check.
Did you just start?
Yep.
I was gonna say, because that's really low HP.
It's the beginning. I got
What did
really...
you get as a starting weapon?
I mean, Death took it, but, just a Dark Blade. Nothing interesting. But,
Oh, is that what you got? That's what you got now?
Or actually, I found a Dark Blade. I forget. I actually had a Shield Rod originally. But yeah, now I'm using this Firehander. I should be using the Dark Blade. It's better.
Have you ever got that skip to work? Like where
yep.
you can...
Yep, I've done it.
I've never been able to make it do it. Like where you can keep it. Yeah, there's a Dark Blade and then you're using 2 Zweihanders.
Yeah, well,
Which is kind of weird because that literally means 2-handers. It shows up in 1. Yeah, I gotcha. I was like,
yeah,
how can you use a sword that literally means 2-hander?
It's a big old sword. It's definitely inferior. All the two-handed swords are, pretty much. I think there's like one exception for a while, but
I don't think I've ever used a two-handed sword in
it's
this.
because they're inferior.
Right. I've gotten lucky a couple of the ones we did though. Like I've never got the Crusagram. That's one that still hasn't shown up. But I had that one run where I got Power of Sire and the Duplicator or whatever it is, and I just spammed it to the end. When the game was easy mode.
That is very, very broken.
And then I got like one of them we did was the rune. What is it? The rune sword? You know that one that
Oh,
flies.
yeah, that flies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I got that one, and that was pretty broken. So I haven't had a really horrible one. I've got to admit, like this, where I just couldn't make any progress. I need to play this again, man. This was.
It's a good game.
We'll have to get on with you sometime or another and do us another race of it.
I'm racing myself right now.
Right.
I was saying earlier I was going to take it easy and slow, and then I immediately proceeded to use the emulator speed up function.
Oh, did you?
I was like, nah, I can't take it.
See, the only I know this is petty, but the only reason like I could never get into speedrunning this is the stupid backdash that they do every time. What you're doing right there, it annoys the shit out of me. It's like the roll in Ocarina of Time. I get that it's faster, but my God, it makes watching one of those runs horrible.
I hear you.
Is Solabat the one that lets you turn into the bat?
Yeah, I just had to add it to my tracker.
Nice.
Yeah, not too many plays ago, I found out how to do infinite bat dash, which is just fabulous. If I could, whoops,
Really?
not hit anything. You basically just keep doing it, and he just stays in that form, keeps smashing. Pretty straightforward.
That's cool.
Yeah. Firebrand. Ooh, surprisingly low damage.
That opens up a lot of checks for you, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, basically everything. The whole,
Yeah,
basically
pretty much the whole.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's this? Firebrand? Is that better than Zweihander?
Unfortunately, no.
A Ring of Vlad.
I forget which stat that is. I could check, but I'm not going to.
Does it increase one of your stats?
Yeah, all the Dracula items, it raised one stat by 5 or 10. Alright, now I have to check because I forget if it's 5 or 10. It is 10.
Notation.
So what, Zelda League started?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've already done the first week of it.
Nice, nice. Who's ahead?
Right now Raz is, but there's still I need to get with McLean, see if he's gonna do a time. Red hasn't done a time, McLean hasn't done one. That's Tactics Lion hasn't done it. We had 8 run last time, so the ones that ran last time that didn't was McLean. Oh, Skill of Wolf. That's the dash thing, right?
Yeah, skill is kind of crappy.
Not as useful. Well, I mean, it can't. There's a couple things it can get you early on, if I remember right. Axelord Shield. Alucard Mail. There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, that's worth it. Ooh, Duplicator. But it's 500,000.
Yeah, it's in its standard spot. That's funny. Oh yes, yeah. Skill of Wolf is the one where you just stand there and attack forward a little bit. It's not the
Oh, it's not the dash thing.
Yeah, it's not the real dash.
I know there's a couple early skips you can do if you have the dash.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not that
not
one.
good at them. But I mean, with the bat, it doesn't matter because you can go literally anywhere.
Yeah, I would go in the middle door here in the library, except I need Mistform to actually do anything with it. So
right, yeah. Yeah, that's the only downside. Downside to that.
damn you, books. Ooh, my favorite weapon.
I'm trying to decide if I kind of want to go ahead and like wind down and get ready for bed because I'm not gonna get to sleep in tomorrow because I'm on call and I'm gonna have to do something will go off and I'll have to do I won't get to sleep as long as I want to. I mean I have to be up for a certain amount of time because then the tech will start running calls. So I can't sleep till like noon like I'd like to do. But I have to be up. Here's the problem. If I could sleep to noon, it'd be fine because I have to be up till 1 in the morning tomorrow night for a work, for a work thing. So my question is, do I go to bed early and get a little bit of sleep tonight, take a nap during the middle of the day, after the main part of the on call is over, or do I stay up, just stay up tonight, and then I don't know. It could go either direction, and I'm unsure on it.
Tough call.
Yeah, it could go either direction. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you can stay up really late tonight and then definitely take a nap during the day, and then you're fine. Or you could go to bed early, try to get as much sleep today as I can, and then do it later on. Thankfully, Sunday, I want to be up by 11, but I don't really have to be up anytime before 11, theoretically speaking, unless just something terrible happens. But generally, my modus operandi on the weekends is to sleep till 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning.
Heh.
If I'm up before, let me put it this way: if I'm up before 10:30 on a weekend, something's wrong, and I'm very unhappy.
I remember in one of Brick's recent videos, he had said in the story, he's like, and we left really early in the morning, like 8:30 or something. And I started like swearing at him, like I'm awake by like 6 a.m. every single friggin' day because I have children. That's what happens.
Oh, I know.
Every day.
Like I mean, that's early in the morning. Like I'm lucky this week because I got to work from home all week. Hey, there's another part. Tooth is lad. The only I got to sleep to 6:15 instead of 5:15 every morning. That it was a whole hour's worth of sleep because I got to work from home. I'm like, yay!
See how far I went with the bat there?
Yep. It does use your magic faster though. I'm noticing
Yes.
when you do that. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, surely it'd be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right? I mean, if you'd gone slow, you'd probably have ran out of it at the same time. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's more so just a speed running tactic.
Right.
Ooh, bat damage is up to the point that it can kill Medusas.
Cool. Now we did run that one seed where the Hadouken spell was the only way to beat the first couple bosses. Do you remember that one?
You mean SotN?
Yeah, we had a SotN run.
Well,
Blau, the literal only there was no weapon.
Look,
So or at least one where the only way to beat those first 2 or 3 bosses was the Hadouken attack.
I mean,
spell that is.
I hear what you're saying, and I totally don't want to brag, but like, I can kill the whole game with just fists.
Lord, I can't.
So
That was the only way I got through whatever they are, whatever the first 2 bosses are. I can never remember their names.
yeah, I played through twice naked run. So like,
no, I mean it doesn't surprise me. I mean you're the one that did a deathless run of I Want to Be the Guy, so.
it always seems like a great idea at the time, and then you get like 2 hours into it and you're like, oh, why am I still punching everything?
Yeah, you're like, why am I subjecting myself to this? Ooh, level up. I mean, you're doing a pretty good amount of damage with.
Oh yeah, this is well, now I'm using combat knife. This is my favorite weapon.
Because, you get the combat knife.
Yeah.
Combat knife's good.
The attack speed is so fast, and I'm using luck mode, so the crits are real.
Gotcha.
I think I'm doing over 100 damage with crits right now, so.
Yeah, the combat knife's really good. You just kind of got to get. Sometimes you get lucky and get that drop from those zombie soldiers.
I think that's a different one. This is the most powerful dagger.
I thought the combat knife was the most powerful dagger. You can get a
Yeah,
combat.
I have the most powerful dagger. The combat knife isn't
Yeah.
the one that drops from those early guys. They drop, well, normally they drop a different dagger, a weaker dagger. Like,
I
man,
thought
I
they
can't think
dropped
of it.
combat. I really thought they dropped the combat knife.
No, the combat knife is way too good to be that early. Normally, this thing shows up in the catacombs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they drop a pretty good knife
Oh yeah,
regardless. But,
yeah. I mean, all the knives, in my opinion, all the knives are good because the attack rating again is just so fast.
the range is just the thing that gets me. I'm not
Yeah,
comfortable with the range.
yeah. I think that's one thing that doing a naked run helps a lot with. Like you get used to where your fist goes, and the knife is
Right.
only like a few pixels longer than that.
Yeah, it's basically punching. There's not a lot of
Yeah.
difference.
I just came up here because there are 3 checks. If I've got bat,
No, I
might as
always do
well.
that one too. Yeah, I always do that too.
Yeah, if you don't get bat, then this area is pretty late.
Yeah, there's not much point. Like, if you got early bat though, you pretty much always want to go up here. Don't you love those PlayStation cloud graphics going around in the back? Fire a bat, so you can shoot fireballs now.
Wow, Graham is pretty good
What sword
actually.
is that? What
But
sword is that?
I can't turn down the Osafune Katana. Can't turn it down.
Why do I think I've not had any luck with the Osafune?
Yeah, you don't like this one, but you'll see what it
Yeah.
does in a second. I'm showing it off.
Well, I tried using it and it just didn't. It wasn't as good as other things that I
Oh,
had.
not as good. That's because it tanks the defense and you didn't like it. Ah, shoot. How the friggin' chickens
Yeah,
get me.
I'm not good enough. That's it. Yeah, I'm not good enough to avoid hits. So, I mean, that's on me. Like, I'm not saying that. It's just like I'm not good enough to be able to tank the defensive loss.
Got the
I hate those fucking harpies.
flying chickens. Ah, I got a good one though. Jewel of
Flying
Open.
chicken. Ooh, Jewel of Open. Yeah,
Yeah, that'll do something for me. Gotta head back over
that's
there, but
something you need.
I keep trying to
Has to
double
have
jump.
that. Oh, I know. We just out of habit.
That's right, bat.
That's just a rare item. Yeah, bat pentagram.
It's
See,
like,
I don't know though. You're hitting all those spots that are open, and I have no idea. I don't know any of those.
oh, the wall breaks.
Yeah, the wall breaks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I found all those as a kid. That was like a thing that I would just have to do is like attack every wall.
Well, see, I never owned this. Ooh, man, the eye. Like you're kind of racking up here.
It kind of sucks though, because they don't get me progression.
Right. Well, yeah, but I mean, if it keeps going, you'll have all 5 parts before you ever fight First Dracula.
That's true.
Then you'll just be able to go straight to the boss. See, I never owned this as a kid. The first time we were in our 20s before. I was in my 20s before I ever got to play it.
Gotcha. Which way do I want to go now?
Dracula tunic.
I think I want to go.
Did you not buy the a la carte meal?
I
Yeah, you did. It was in your menu right there.
didn't equip it.
Yeah, why didn't? I'm kind of wondering why you didn't equip it.
Well, at
'Cause
this
it's
point,
in your inventory. Yeah.
might as well stick with the Dracula tunic.
Is it better than the a la carte meal?
Yeah, so the defense is worse, but all the other stats go up. So
Yeah, I can see that. The plus 11. Yeah.
yeah.
I'd probably take the. I'd take the minor defensive hit for the stats.
Forgot what weapon I had for a moment.
So do
there.
you not have to go into that to unlock it? Do you just have to open? Does just opening the door unlock that one as a place to go? Like I always thought
what,
you had
Jewel
to
of
enter the
Open?
warp. No, the warp. I always
Oh,
thought you had to
oh.
go through the warp.
Yeah, all you
for
have to
it
do
count.
is enter the room. Once
Okay.
it shows up yellow on your map or orange, whatever color you want to call it, you're good.
Yeah, see, I always thought you had to actually do the warp and then warp back for it to count. I don't know why I thought that. That's just what I thought.
Probably because the very first one, or any teleporter, the very first time you use a teleporter, it takes you to the starting area teleporter, the horse one, and that's the
Right.
only way you can open it. So that's probably why you like the first thing you're
Probably,
thinking
I
is use the teleporter.
Right. Yeah, that would be fair. Yeah. I mean, also, I probably got my Zelda things with the choose any road one, so you automatically want to go through all 4 just to write those checks off the map.
Oh man, I might want to just go back and forth through this hallway. See the drop I got.
Karma coin?
It was a
Oh,
card.
Power of Sire.
Oh,
You're a
okay,
little
yeah,
ahead of me.
gotcha.
Yeah, if you could farm at Power of Sire, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they were pretty cheap in the shop too. I think it was only like
Mm.
200 or 400. Just
Of course, if you saved up 500,000 for the duplicator, it wouldn't matter.
that's definitely the frugal option. Oh, that bat. Bat thinks he can help. He should know he can only help if I'm a bat as well, and then we can fire together.
I don't know. Bat friend gets pretty good once you've leveled him up enough.
Yeah, it'll never happen in a rando run though, unfortunately.
Now, usually the gremlin guy or demon or whatever becomes more helpful just because he opens that one check.
Well, the demon guy, and I am biased here because he's my favorite, but the demon guy is freaking awesome.
Yeah, he's good. The sword's really good too if you
Yeah.
can get it with levels.
Yeah, once you get him to level 50 and then he actually attacks things correctly.
Axe sword shield. That was really you got to equip that. That was you got a two-handed weapon.
Yeah, I'm using the katana.
That was like 5,000 gold or whatever in the store.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember that shield. I just remember it was fairly expensive. Ooh, wow. And you're getting all the life maxed up now. Doubled your life.
Excellent.
Coral circlet. Hey, you got a helmet.
Did I go the wrong way? Where's the check over here? Like, oh, I have to go through the other area. What was I thinking? That's so stupid. Oh well.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I went the wrong way after all. At this point,
Yeah, see,
I have
I'm
the
not
jewel
good
open.
Yeah, the gist is like I'm not good enough at this game to do low defense runs. So the more defense I get, the better off I am. Yeah, you do have the jewel open, so you can go the long way around and
Yeah.
and
Just
yeah,
gonna
go back that way.
gonna do that. There are checks over there. I wasn't thinking when I came this way. I can't get into the Coliseum.
Well, maybe you were just thinking that you had the jewel of open, and that's just, or maybe like unconsciously that's what your brain is thinking. Hey, I've got that. I can do these checks.
Could be. Could be.
Hey, there's life.
I still don't have the break candle item though. Oh, talisman. That
Cuba Zoe, isn't that what it is? Cuba Zoe.
probably. I always forget what the most basic ones are because
I think it's Cuba Zoe. I think it's Cuba Zoe. Is what lets you break candles.
yeah.
So you got some stuff. Yeah, up there. Yeah,
I'm getting, like you said, all the HP ups.
I know. And some heart maxes too. That's always a plus. Sometimes you go through this whole thing and don't get any of those. Mana Prism.
And the ever important ham and eggs.
Ham and eggs. I mean, that seed's over, right? You got ham and eggs. And resist ice. Man, that's the unbeatable combination. You know, it's just, it's done. Why are you still playing? You know, you beat the seed.
Tell you what, Alucard. Enjoy.
Data saved.
Yum, yum, yum. 22 hit points.
Usafude.
Tell you what, Bob, if the backdash bothers you, you're not going to want to watch somebody that does the shield cancel backdash.
Oh yeah, I'm like, it's not that it bothers me. It's just that I have no interest in doing it. You know, like that's fine. They can do what they want. Like I don't care. It's not like it. You know, that's not the way to put it. It's just that like I have no interest in doing that.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. There's no item here. That irks me.
Why not? There should have been.
Irks me greatly.
That's a check. Why is there not an item? Is that possible that one could just roll empty?
I hope that's the case.
Maybe that's a byproduct of you having this new flag set because there's more checks, so some of them roll empty.
Yeah, Yeah, that makes sense. We'll go with that, and then if something terrible happens and I can't complete the seed, I'll scream.
I mean, I'm just thinking it could be it could be something like the way you do with it could be something like the way you do with FF Rando, you know, with the incentivized items.
Yeah.
If there's more, you know, if there's more spots than incentivized items, then some of them aren't gonna be anything. It would make sense to me, I guess, is what I'm saying. Oh, yep, you can check up there. Yep. That's funny.
I've only got one of those left.
Wow. Yeah, you've only, yeah, wow.
It's really weird
Wow.
going through the castle backwards like this. I never do this route.
Right.
I'm here, might as well go back to the beginning.
Yeah. Good. Have you done the owl night?
No, that's what I'm thinking. I'll do that right now.
Yeah. Hey, way up talking, you'd think I'd actually know. I actually know something about this game. Wow.
Oh man, one of these seeds, I have to show off the second fight with Slakra and Gaibon, or should I say the first fight?
Slogger and Gaibon. Yeah, that's their names.
I told you about that, right? Where
Yeah.
if you start the game, like very beginning of the game, you come here, you go into the marble gallery, you let it load, and say marble gallery, whatever. And as long as you don't get to the boss room, if you go back, Slagra and Gaibon will attack you in Death's room.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I did it by accident. I mean, like, I found out about it by accident. I had no idea. I played the game for 20 years, whatever. I came into this room, and then all of a sudden they attacked me. I'm like, what the hell? I was caught off guard. Like, I wasn't equipped for it. I wasn't prepared for it. I fought them to the death. I won with, like, no hit points left. And I was like, this is awesome.
Or is
Yeah.
is it
It's an Easter egg. I looked it up, and like other people were like, "Whoa, I didn't know that! Oh my goodness!" And yeah,
damned.
yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that. That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
using the bat dash definitely saves you some time. But
Like this
that
room.
room's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, my defense is so low. I take 2 damage from them. Come on, they're zombies.
What a cool little Easter egg, though.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
it's really cool.
Ow.
Oh, a second check with nothing in it. Gosh. Oh,
God, you murdered that poor bird. God, Golbeeze.
always go for the bird first.
Oh yeah, no question.
I guess
Well,
I'm
that
going
shit.
back to the clock room. I guess.
Yep, shirking.
Oh, I don't have enough MP to do it fast though. Or do I? No.
I shouldn't have, but so there's a bourbon called Blade and Bow that's made by Willet. It's from like the old it's made from like certain amounts of whiskey from the old Stitzelweller distillery that burnt down, and there's like a few surviving barrels, so they put like just a little bit of it in each bottle of Blade and Bow. And their thing is like each bottle has a key attached, has this little like metal key attached to it, and that's where the name comes from. Like the shaft of the key is the blade, and the handle, the little turn crank, is the bow. So it was like the 5 keys that unlocked the warehouse or whatever, some bullcrap whiskey thing. But they're all numbered, so they're kind of like the Blanton's thing. So like it's 1, 2. The keys have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on it. I have 2, 3, and 4. I don't have number 1. I ran across a bottle of 3 today, and I bought it tonight. Because I was like, I might as well. I mean, I normally can't get it at retail price, and retail's $45, so it's not terrible. So I found a bottle of retail for 3, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy it. So I did, and I just need the 1. And the cool thing is, like, once you get all of them, you send like a photo to the distillery with all 5 of them, and you get like, I don't remember they send you some kind of like golden plaque thing. It's pretty cool. Like they have a whole like, your name goes on like a list and all this. Like you get this. It's silly, but it's a nice little kind of thing for if you kind of like the whiskey,
Yeah, that's neat.
but they like literally send you something for when you do it, and it's like, so I'm like, that's kind of cool, you know.
Yeah.
So I want it, you know. I don't have to buy another bottle once I find a one, but I got to find a one at some point. I accidentally bought. I need to go on one of my bourbon forums and see if somebody wants to trade it. I've got an extra two, so I need to see if somebody just wants to trade a two straight up for a one. Apparently, I got lucky. Like the first bottle I got was the 5, and apparently the 5 is like by far the hardest to find. Like they only make like a handful of them every year, and it's also got webbing on the bottle. You know, like some of the Blantons do. It's kind of cool.
Only semi-related. That brandy that I sent you was actually pretty good.
I bet it is. I've heard good stuff about the Paul Masson. I just hadn't tried it. I really like the E&J, but you want to get the XO if you do that. I drink some of the. I finished my bottle of XO tonight. For a fact.
So
I don't really mind drinking it because it's like $15. So
yeah.
it's insanely good for $15. Don't get me wrong. Like, but for $15, I don't mind drinking it. I've gone through a lot of bottles of that, more than I care to admit. But yeah, it's a good one. It's I've heard good stuff about the Paul Masson, and the VSOP is good. The VSOP means that it's aged at least 6 years. That it means very special old pale. So you're going to be. So that means that brandy's aged 6 to 12 years.
Nice.
Guaranteed. Minimum of 6, maximum of 12. XO is of indeterminate age. So XO could be, it could be 6 years old. It could be 20 years old. You don't know. It's a blend of a bunch of different brandies.
Huh.
Well, you got all the wolf parts. Oh, hey, that's the solo wolf. I guess you don't, with the bat, though, you don't really need the wolf, though, do you?
No, not at all, actually, yeah.
Yeah. It can give you a few progressions if you don't have the bat.
Yeah, like all rocks, yeah.
And you don't need, and you're a crazy person that doesn't need the echo of bat, so.
Right.
Ooh, Crystal Cloak.
I like the way the Crystal Cloak looks this seed. It's pretty nice.
I like that. That's very, it's very apropos for Alucard. I like the black and red.
Yeah, especially in bat form, look at that.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Oh, yeah. I like it. Is that better than your coral?
It is. Ah, I should have got hit there. Anyway, oh shoot, I was gonna say something totally relevant to whatever you just said, and then I forgot because I got
Something about the brandy.
Got trapped. Might have been. I got trapped in boomerang hell.
Yeah, to be fair, I just really like brandy. Like I'm really partial to brandy. Yeah, if they're doing 4 damage to you.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter with 4 damages.
I will recommend if you ever see a bottle, and I can't buy it in Alabama. Nobody carries it. But I like Brandy de Jerez better than I do like cognac or Armagnac or anything like that, or California brandy. That's the Brandy de Jerez is Spanish brandy. So if you see, it's Lepanto, Lepanto. If you see a bottle of Lepanto, it doesn't matter which one it is. Get it. It's good if you like brandy. It's gonna cost you.
Heh.
What you really want is like the Lepanto PX, or you want Lepanto Solera Gran Reserva. That's 6 to 12 years old, and oh my god, it's so unbelievably good. Like, I meant to look for it in Total Wine when I was in Kennesaw. When that day I went to hang out with McLean, and I bought a lot of whiskey. I spent something like $300. It was ridiculous. But I mean, I got like 10 bottles, you know, and it was all stuff I can't, and every one of them was things I can't buy in Alabama.
Well, that's worth it then.
Yeah. And it was for my birthday, so I intended to spend that much money, you know. Like, I'm about to get my yearly bonus in February, and I'm going to go back to Georgia, and I'm going to go to like, I don't know if I'm going to go to Atlanta or if I want to go to a place called Carrollton, because there's about 3 or 4 good stores there that I've had a lot of people recommend, and it's on the way to Atlanta. So I want to go there, and I want to go to a city called Rome. Rome's got 3 really insanely good stores up there. Like, you can get stuff you just cannot buy here, and for cheaper prices than you can buy here. I mean, if I had the time, I'd drive down to Florida. Florida's so unbelievably cheaper. than Alabama is for or any other state around us for liquor. It's absurd.
Hmm.
Holy Rod.
Is there a reason for that?
Syntax is not so they're kind of weird. Um, their syntax is one of the highest in the country on like cigarettes or anything tobacco, but their liquor is their tax on liquor is like number 48 in the country.
Oh, wow.
Alabama's is number 4. If that
Oof.
tells you anything. Yeah. Yeah, Alabama's is number 4. I don't remember what number 1 is. It's more out in your neck of the woods. It's one of the northeastern states. Did
That
you ever
does
move,
not
by the way?
surprise me.
Are you still in Pennsylvania?
I'm still in Pennsylvania.
Because you were talking about relocating. But I never
Frozen
knew if you did.
hell.
Oh, I bet. Well, I mean, it's 27 degrees outside right now, so I'm not much better off. What are you, like negative something?
Yeah. Yeah. The real feel with the wind chill is negative.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you for us, 27 degrees is like you want to die cold because it's 100% humidity. So it's like
Mm.
we're lucky that it's not this cold often, but when it is this cold, it's inescapable. It gets down in your bones. It's utter misery.
Gotcha. You know what?
But the nice thing is, next week it could be. See, that's the difference. Next week it could be on. Ooh.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use that actually.
Yeah, Alucard sword's good. Hey, equip a shield if you're gonna use Alucard sword. You've got that axe sword shield.
Yeah, that might be the only shield I have. Yeah, it is.
That's a good one though. Now your defense should improve.
That's real good defense now. Oops, did not mean to. Whoops.
Oh yeah, he has that Hadouken attack, right?
Accidentally cast that spell.
Mm.
But yeah, that is basically the Hadouken. Yeah.
Hadouken. I'm certain that blah blah blah.
Damn it.
Yeah, progression is just not. You're not getting. You're just not getting any, are you?
I mean, I was hoping it'd be the demon, but no, it's not. It's not the demon.
Oh, ghost card, yeah.
Alright, so
I forget I'm a little behind you.
Yeah, I'm trying to not say stuff in advance. It's hard.
But yeah, just remember if you see it, buy Lepanto. Just Lepanto brandy.
Okay.
You'd really like it. It's phenomenally good. It's a little. I mean, I don't know what the other stuff is. Like the Solera Gran Reserva was $60 in Georgia. So, but I mean, it was more than worth the $60. Let me put it to you that way. Like it was insanely good. I regret that I don't have another bottle of it. Giant skeleton.
I gotta see what drop I got there. I was too busy killing stuff.
25 gold.
Oh, Sword of Dawn. I already have one of those.
Oh, I didn't see that. What's better than the Alucard?
A lot of things are better than the Alucard. I mean, the Osafune katana that I had is better, but it's a pretty strong sword, and it has that fun. Oops, I did it again.
Well, I would say the Osafune is better for attack, but you have the big defense penalty, so it's.
Yeah, the special attack that they both have is good.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Alucard sword's special right there is slightly better than the katana's special.
Right.
Technically, the katana does way more damage with its special because it can hit more than once, but just targeting is more difficult in my mind.
And you can also avoid damage using the Alucard one too.
Yeah, I think they both do that.
Do they both do it? Okay.
Yeah.
I know you can with Alucard. I didn't know you could with the. So like, I mean, the Crusaderum is like the best thing in the game, right? Like as far as single.
Yeah. I mean, that's just sheer utter brokenness. Yeah, nothing will beat that in terms of just winning the game.
So what about the Rune Sword?
So the Rune Sword is really good too. It's just weak.
Right.
Like Crystocrim hits way too many times and is strong.
I just know the Alucard sword's really good. Like I can. I can tank a lot of the game with just it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a full set of Alucard gear, you really can just ignore all other equipment. It just doesn't matter. It's not the
Right.
best. None of it's the best. But it's good enough in a lot of ways. So, like, you get elemental resists, you get good attack, good defense. So,
The combination all there together is just hard to beat, is what you're
right.
saying.
Yes. But yeah, there are a few options for, like, all of them that are better. Except for armor. It might be, like, third best armor, I think. So, there's not much going on.
Really?
Yeah. Because the
What's the
Dracula
best?
tunic and then God's Garb.
Oh yeah, God's Garb. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
one where I got lucky and got that as my first armor. Like I got it as an item. I
I
got it
mean,
as a drop.
Seed's over
Yeah.
at that point. That's funny.
Yeah, no, I did. I got it as a drop.
Nice.
like at the very beginning of the game.
That's like that seed where I had 6, what was it, rings of Flad. It's like,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's over. It's over 4 rings ago, but okay.
See, done.
Or Ring of Varda, I mean. Whoops.
Oh yeah, I got it. Well, I had one with a Ring of Varda a while back. Like that was like one of the first drops I got. That was insane. It is funny that there's
checker.
Tolkien references like just in
Yeah.
the middle of the game. You know.
Yeah, it's good.
Hey, that's gravity boots.
Yeah, I gotta
Doesn't really matter with the bat, but
just updating my tracker here. Apparently I skipped a bunch. Just turned them all on. Okay.
that's not good.
Gonna open up this door and then go fight. What's his face? All rocks.
All rocks, yeah.
I always picture Olrox being the most difficult battle in the game. Whether or not that's true, I don't know, but I think the first time through the game, he's certainly one of the most difficult.
Which one is All Rocks?
He's the guy who's just sitting at his table minding his own business, and then you come in
Is he the one
and
that
bust up his tea
turns
party.
it-
He turns into
the big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just calmly enjoying his cup of tea. Then Alucard comes and breaks his table, throws his fine china to the ground, shattering it, and Olrox is just like, fine, then I'll friggin' fight you, douche.
Yeah, seriously, I was just eating dinner,
Yeah,
and you come in and fuck around, so you're gonna fuck around and find out.
I like dropping down and just casually sitting in his chair. Like, what? What are you gonna do?
I love how you're getting all those heart things, but you don't have any sub weapons because you don't have the Cubazo.
I did find the lightning gun.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
You just chilling in the chair?
just chilling. You know,
Yeah.
he won't serve me. Come on, buddy. I said I want some.
Like, fuck, dude, I just wanted to hang out and have a dinner.
And
you know?
that, if
Maybe
you
a
can
glass of blood wine, you know?
watch the little Alucard shadow fall off. That's the power of the talisman.
Yeah.
I love the talisman.
Well, that was short work. And then he's like, oh, but no, I'm a giant lizard demon.
You have to get him fast. Because if you get him down to, like, I forget if it's 10% or 15%, something like low percent of health, he goes ape shit and just, like, super attacks. And he'll do his fireball attack at, like, hyper fast speed for a prolonged period of time. And, man, it gets difficult.
Oh my god, life max up.
So many life mix-ups. Oh, interesting, but not interesting.
So what checks do you have? I mean, you can go. Do you need to go underground at this point?
I do still need to go underground, yeah. That's
Nose devil.
pretty much it. That and the place in the library that I need the mist form, yeah.
Oh, that's the demon.
Yeah.
You got demon friend.
Yeah,
Why
but
did
the
they call it
Japanese
nose
version.
devil?
This is the
Oh,
Japanese
okay.
version.
Gotcha. I mean, you don't really have hardly any checks left other than underground, right?
Right. It's just the library in the underground. That's literally it. So
What check did you not do in the library?
Oh, the one that requires the mist form.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Guess I just walk back out of here. I don't think there's a faster route.
No, not really, because you're nowhere near a teleporter.
Even if I was, I think teleport's not going to help me because I have to use the Jewel of Open Door.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I think you're just kind of stuck in a spot where there's no really quick way to go.
Yeah, I've never had this order of progression. It's interesting.
Yeah, this is definitely different.
I don't know if it's strictly a product of the guarded set that I have, or if it's just coincidence.
That would be really hard to say. I mean, I would lean probably towards coincidence.
Probably.
Just maybe coincidence that's a little more influenced by the guarded set. Like it's
Yeah, like the guarded set allowed it to happen more frequently because those two blank ones, for example, happen to be blank
right,
when, or otherwise they'd have to be something.
right. I'm thinking it's that. So it's kind of like a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to really think about where I'm going now. It's interesting.
So what about that other one? Is there is there any kind of checkup in that other statue?
There are 3 items up there, but not relics.
Yeah,
So,
they're
oh
just
man,
gonna be like regular item checks.
yeah, I cannot imagine playing this game in either adventure mode or if you set it up such that I think checking instead of doing a preset, if you select the equipment box,
Mm-hmm.
then the relics can be literally in any equipment drop anywhere. I cannot imagine
Oh,
playing like that.
no,
That
that
would
would be
be,
absurd. Yeah, that'd
yeah.
be hell.
It's like, oh, I forgot this one random obscure thing somewhere, and it's bad form. It's like, oh god,
Yeah, yeah, the one random broken wall.
yeah. Oh, no, thank you.
No, I don't even want to think about that. This game is time consuming enough if you know where all the checks are, let alone adding all that shit.
Yeah, I can tell even with this new preset, it's already going to be longer than normal. But I mean, I'm making pretty good progress. How far am I? Let me check how long it's been.
I mean, you got 4 of the.
It's been an hour.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And you've got 4 of the Dracula items already.
Yeah. Usually when I play this, I just stop after I kill Richter. I mean, save Richter.
Right.
Because I just, it's like, whatever, man. I'm not going to collect the final pieces. Who cares? It's, at that point you're so powerful. It's like, ugh. But I don't know. Like you said, I've
And
already got
Upside
4.
Down.
Might as well.
And I mean, Upside Down Castle is cool to play like when you're like playing vanilla. But in Rando, you're just kind of like, I'm done with it at this point.
Yeah, because it's like, I already have all the best stuff. Like, why am I fighting
Right.
anything? But yeah, this time with the extra checks, I mean, I don't know. Might be worth it. Might be interesting.
Well, what I'm getting at is you're only one part away, so who knows?
Yeah.
You might find the other part before you ever get there, and then you just go straight to Dracula.
Could be. No, I want it. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
I mean, there used to be the way we were playing. There was only like 4 or 5 checks in the upside down castle, right? Like a very small
Yes,
amount.
5. Just the original,
Ooh.
the original bosses.
Ooh, there you go.
The original Castlevania bosses, I mean. They're the only ones that would
Right.
drop it. Oh, so I guess that's 4, right? Because there's 4 and then Dracula is 5? Or are there 5 and then it's Dracula?
Did you equip the Alucard shield?
I think so. Yes.
I was thinking you didn't. I was thinking you backed out of it for some reason. Nope, you did. Okay, fair enough. Oh, now you have the lone cutscene of death.
It's alright. I've beaten the game.
Mm-hmm.
And now you finally have a seed where you've beaten it, right? You're good?
Right, yep, I do. Yeah, I can
Excellent.
finally skip this shit.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I had to do it over a course of like 2 days, but I did.
It's the one cutscene obligatory must watch.
I smell you are blood. Death in the dream world set your soul wandering for eternity, demon. And then she orgasms and dies.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's why that scene's infamous. Oh, gold ring. I was like, oh, you've already got the ring, though, don't you?
That's the first one. The other ring...
Oh, no, yeah, you have to have the gold ring to do that. That's right. You gotta have the
Yeah.
gold and... Yeah, silver and gold.
Yeah,
Silver and gold.
the other ring is the one I need the spike breaker for. Well,
Right.
I guess I don't technically need the spike breaker. I forgot about that skip. I never tried that skip.
You can get what
You can
get by without.
You can get by without it, but you still need gas, and I don't have the mist form, so
Right.
can't get through grate by... Well, maybe there is a glitch that gets you through there, but I don't know of a way to get through the grate without mist.
Yeah, that would be... I have no clue. If there is one, I've never seen it.
Alright, so here's one of the new checks. Let's see if there's a relic here.
Have you ever tried to get the 200% map completion or whatever? I did it one time, and I did it one time, and it was insane, like the amount of time I put into it trying to get that.
Yes, I mean, when I was a kid, I was like OCD with it, so every single time I would play the game, which was a lot of times, I would do that. Yeah.
Because I think I'd only beat it. I think I'd only ever beaten it twice, maybe, because I didn't own it. Like, no, I did beat it twice because I borrowed it from my cousin on PlayStation sometime in my 20s and beat it then. And then I bought it on, I owned the game. Nope, another one. I owned the game on, of all things, on Demon Card.
That's weird. I already had Demon Card.
Did you already have the Demon Card?
Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I own the game on PS3, downloaded on one of my PS3s. That's the only way that's the only copy of it I actually own. I don't have a physical copy of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I would only ever hit like 196% or whatever, because I just couldn't get it to work on the PlayStation to get any more than that. But yeah, that's always about where I ended up.
Yeah, I never could either, because where I ran into it was like places like it was places in the catacombs, and because you have to like bang your head against walls.
Yeah,
in
and that
places
friggin'
to count it.
upside down underwater area was the most irritating place.
It's terrible. Yeah.
Alright, so this is the final check I have. Let me look at where else.
So what would be what is your
Scylla,
progression?
Granfloon. Oh, Granfloon. Okay, so I still have Granfloon as well. So right now I'm headed to the ferry.
Mist is literally what you're looking for, right? You gotta have mist.
Yeah, I need mist or bats, echo. Oh, I guess I could just go do that. Yeah, I could go do that.
I mean, I've seen you do it multiple times without echo.
It's just easier, you know. Don't have to worry about getting killed and
I don't
loading.
even yeah, I don't really think about it. It was.
Although I think on stream I didn't get killed doing it, so hey.
No, you did it successfully on stream.
All right, let's see what we have here. Now I have some cool looking sunglasses.
Gladius. Spectacles.
Oh, there's the third item.
I have to imagine that they're aviators.
Well, they make your intelligence go down.
But they're aviators, yeah.
I always like that the sunglasses make your intelligence go down for some reason.
Iron Cuirass. Yeah, you know you want to equip that.
Yeah. I always like fighting them because they give you ice cream.
Ice cream. Oh yeah, then he's your ferryman with the rocket boat.
Ooh. Oh, come on. Yeah, guess the relic.
Yada the Wolf, Echo maybe.
But it's Force of Echo rather than Echo.
Oh,
So
Force of Echo.
so I
Shit.
can damage them eventually, but I can't actually do anything
Oh,
with it
did it
yet.
make you do the dark? Do it in the dark, or is there a check you haven't
Um,
done?
Grand Falloon. I can check Grand Falloon. Um, but if it's not that, then yes, I would have to do in the dark, which I'm okay
Is
with.
that a is that a thing it can roll? Can it force you to do it in the dark?
I would have to recheck the fine print on
I mean,
the
wouldn't that be like a safety
preset.
check or something? Yeah.
So the thing is with all the different presets, they have different levels of how much mastery of the game you need.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's
Yeah,
one of the
that's
things that
what.
you might need.
Yeah, that's how. That's how. Very Rando works. Like
Okay.
but it you put in your you have all the different you have all like the different tricks and skips that you can do,
Hmm.
and you put in your you have to put in your proficiency at those skips. Like you can
Yes.
turn them off completely, or you say this is I can't do this, or you say that like I'm insanely good at it, you
Hmm.
know. And it does the difficulty on that one, and then you have progression. Like it has a very Rendo has a progression thing on it. So you can put like very fast, from very fast to very slow, and very slow. No matter what your skill level is, it's just the way it uh, distributes the items is gonna take you forever.
Okay.
I prefer to play on it because I like it. I like to drag it out. I think it's more fun that way.
Yeah, I mean,
But like you could beat it a lot. I mean, I still generally do it even on the rando. I still usually do it in under the 3 hour mark so that you get the good ending,
okay.
and that's even with very slow progression. So it's just it's more fun to me because it does dim sum. You just do that out of spite. It adds
Yeah.
like a sense of challenge to me, but yeah, like I play it. I don't do the gravity suitless stuff, in Meridia, so I turn that off completely. But then like some of the skips that I can do, but I'm not that great at, I leave those on and just put that I'm not the best in the world at them. Like because you can make it to where like if you're not, like a top tier speedrunner, that you can't beat the seed, because what
Yeah,
it's
it
going to
makes sense.
require you to do.
Yep. So this
You might as
boss
well
is
do a
gonna be
bat.
hilariously pathetic because I'm pretty sure I absorb fire right now. Yeah. Yeah, I absorb fire right now. Just enjoy that for a moment.
I'll watch it before I go. Kerberos. It heals you, yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, that's one way to just
Yeah.
completely neuter the boss.
Of course, the game doesn't expect you to have that armor when you're fighting this boss,
No.
so.
Oh, that's so funny. The Japanese demon speaks Japanese instead of English.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Alucard just like stares awkwardly at the demon and waits patiently.
Domo Regato.
I don't know why I'm going over here, honestly. There's really no reason to.
Is there not a check or anything?
There's no check, but there are items. Items which
I mean, you might get like a Ring of Arda or something, not that you need it.
that would be nice. Oh boy! Becca Toa.
Iron Ball.
All of
What's a,
iron of
what's a,
Alucard's
what?
balls are iron.
Yeah. What's an Ekatoa?
Oh, Becca Toa is a terrible sword.
Gotcha.
It's see that's the problem with SotN in my mind is that there are so many good ones that they just outclass the mediocre ones too quickly. So like the Bekatoa would be, perfectly viable if you got it earlier.
Right. It's just the time in which you get it.
Yeah. Alright. So I got
Is that the echo? Yeah.
Echo. There it is.
Well, you won't have to do it in the dark.
That's right, and it does damage. But let's see how much
So
damage
you still
Bekatoa
have
does.
mist though. Like, so how do
I
you get
don't have
mist?
mist. It's gonna be in one of the final 2 checks. So oh no, 3 checks. So there's oh well, no, that one is behind the mist. So 2 checks. I have 2 checks left. So either I'm going to get from Grand Falloon, I'll either get the Merman statue, or I'll get Form of Mist.
Merman statue opens a check for you.
Yes, that will open up the final check. So
Gotcha.
right now, there's literally only 1 check for me, and it's Grand Falloon.
You also have to get the spot breaker armor.
Oh yeah, that's down here. But that only gets me the ring.
Right, but I mean, you do. I mean, it's a
Oh,
required.
actually, no, you're right. So once I get the spike breaker down here, that gets me the ring, that gets me to the inverted castle. So I might have to go to the inverted castle to come back here after getting the merman statue.
Oh, that would be balls. Well, go do your check. Let's find out.
I wanted my Zircon.
Noglamir.
That's a good one. Plus 15
Yeah.
defense. Very good.
I can't remember, but that's a Tolkien reference too.
I think so. Yeah.
I know it is, but I can't remember I can't remember the specific reference. I want to think it's in the Silmarillion. It's a dwarven thing.
Odds are that's correct. Either that or The Hobbit.
I don't believe it's The Hobbit. I'm pretty sure it's a deep reference, like it's a Nargothrond.
So I feel like there were a lot of magical items between the dwarves and elves in Hobbit, but
Well, they are, but that's
I'm very slowly reading The Hobbit to my
Necklace
children.
of the Dwarf. Oh, that's a good idea.
Very
Necklace of
slowly.
the Dwarves.
No, not
And Gems from Valinor. Oh, it's the necklace that had the Silmaril. It's the necklace that had the Silmaril that Beren stole from the Iron Crown in Thangorodrim.
Oh,
And Finrod Felagund wore it.
gotta love these enemies that are literally only in this room.
It ended up in the Horde of Glaurung. Glaurung was the first dragon.
Oh, I don't remember
Yeah.
that one. Is he the
Yeah,
one
Glaurung.
that,
Yeah,
like the Guts-esque character fought? Or no?
yeah, but Huron. Yeah,
Okay.
Huron fought. So Huron found it and brought the famous treasure to the kingdom of Doriath, which is where Thingol lived with Melian. You know, it was the girdle of Melian that protected it. When Huron left, dwarves of Nogrod had been invited by Menegroth to Thingol and decided to refashion it and fasten the Silmaril of Luthien and Beren. That's actually what led to because the dwarves coveted it, and that's actually what led to the fall of Nargothrond. That's how Thingol died, because the dwarves once the dwarves put the Silmaril into it, they fell under the charm of it and coveted it, and so that ended up being that ended up causing the Battle of the Thousand Caves. Yeah, that's all Silmarillion. This is all deep lore.
I need to reread that.
And then Luthien ended up with it. So
Did you get muted, Bob?
No, I'm reading.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it goes even further. Yeah, so that's actually like so Elwing, Elrond's mother, you know the wife of Arendelle. She actually because it led like the sons of Feanor found out about it, and they had swore their they had swore that oath to recover the Silmaril. So then that ended up having a fight between elves and elves, the third kinslaying. And so, to try to keep it from any of them, Elwing threw herself into the sea, and that's when Arendelle found her. The Olmo is the god of this is the Poseidon of the Tolkien verse. The
Okay.
god, and Olmo saved her, and so it saved her in the Silmaril, so that's actually what happens to end the first age is Arendelle the Mariner and Elwing, like he Olmo delivers Elwing to Arendelle on his ship, and he sailed. At that point, they had not removed Valinor from the world, so like even a mortal could sail to Valinor. And
Nice.
like after the second age, when after the second age, when with the fall of uh shit, I can't think of where the Dunedain are from. What's it called? The island, the shit. Oh my god, I can't think of it. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my memory. I'm getting old and senile.
Oh
I need
no.
to just I need to just I need to just stop. Like that's it. Numenor, the fall of Numenor, when the wave came
Yes.
crashing over it and it sunk into the sea. When they did that, when they did that, Manwë removed the continent from the world. Like that made the world actually round. The world wasn't round before that, according to Tolkien. It wasn't a flat Earth, but it wasn't round. Like
Mm-hmm.
so. The only reason, the only reason, like only certain ships could sail to Valinor. So like when Frodo gets on the last ship with Círdan and Gandalf and all that at the end, only the elves were permitted to return there. So the elves could set sail, but no one else could. Like, and they made special exception for ring bearers. So and oddly enough, and Gimli, because Gimli was the greatest of elf friends because of his friendship with
Legolas.
Legolas. Yeah.
Check this out.
So they allow
Bam. Demon for the win.
it's only in the appendices that it says it,
Oh
but
yeah.
they were allowed. Yeah, but they were.
That's funny.
But Legolas, Gimli was allowed to go to Valinor with Legolas, and of the hobbits, only Sam and the only other non-elves are Ishtari, which is what the wizards are.
Mm-hmm.
The only because Gandalf is a Maiar,
Yep.
so
Yep.
there's there's archangels and angels, and like essentially the Maiar are angels, and like Varda and Manwë
They're
are
the
like
avatars
yeah,
of
they're
the
the archangels.
deities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're like archangels, basically is what they are, and so like so that's what he is. He's like a lower. He's an angel. He's like a lower grade of angel. Aloran was his name originally, but what was I saying? So yeah. So that goes back to Elwing or whatever. So Elrond's mother, Elros and Elrond, and the two brothers. So they were both half elven. They were Arendelle was their father, who was a human, and Elwing was their mother. So they decide they decide the war can't be won. So they take the Silmaril and they sail to Valinor, and they're not permitted to land on Valinor, but because they had the Silmaril, they allowed them to land. And they listened to him, and then that's what ended the first age, and that's what caused Beleriand to sink under the sea, because they destroyed Thingor. They captured Morgoth, and they destroyed Thingorridrum. The gods did, and the result was so damaging it changed the nature of the continent and it sunk the whole area of Valeriand under the sea. Uh, and that started all of that. So like then the Second Age starts. You have that because they're half elven. They have a choice. They have to choose. Like I mean, in Lord of the Rings, pardon me. In Lord of the Rings, Arwen has to make the same choice. She chooses to
Yes.
embrace the human side and stay with Aragorn. So Elrond chooses to be an elf, and Elros chooses to be human. So Elros gets granted extremely long life for human. He lives over 600 years, but he's the first king of Numenor, and they grant because the dying the men that fought with the elves with the Noldor, because they were like Hurin, the descendants of Hurin and Turin and Huor and Tuor, they were granted Numenor. So it was within, they couldn't sail to they were forbidden to sail to Valinor, but they could see Valinor from the island. That was their reward, and they were granted extremely long lives. That's why Aragorn lives as long as he does. Like through trick of destiny, Aragorn is the Numenorian blood, especially in Gondor, had waned to the point that it was mostly non-existent at that point. They just because the men of Middle Earth aren't the Numenorians. They're not the Undying. They're different.
Right.
Like so the so like Aragorn, for whatever reason, that's the thing with him, is that he is basically a pure-blooded Numenorian. Like it bred true in him, because like the northern tribe, the northern the Dunedain of the north, they didn't really interbreed with other men, so like they kept their line pure. And for whatever reason, he's pure Numenorian, so that's why he's, at the time of Lord of the Rings, he's 86 years old.
How old?
Yeah. Aragorn's 86 years old at the
86.
time of the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, did you not
That's
know
funny.
that?
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
he lives to like 250 something years old.
I remember that he lived long. I didn't remember that though.
And they actually let. That's the weird thing, is they because of him being who he was and his role in the Fellowship, um, the the Valar gave him the grace that he could choose to die when he wanted to. So he didn't so he actually chooses the hour of his death, instead of while he still has all his faculties.
Uh huh.
He says, I don't want to go into dotage where I'm nothing, I'm not drooling. I'm just, he says all that to Arwen. He's like, it's time, my or which I can't remember the name of the son, but like our son is right for the kingship, and and all this. It's insanely deep, man. Like you can
Yeah.
just go so far into this. It's
Oh
just
yeah.
not even funny. Like and I mean that's just like stuff from the Silmarillion and the appendices.
Mm-hmm.
Like it gets even further if you read like the stuff I haven't, like the children, like the later stuff he did, like the Children of Hurin, and some of the stuff that like the
Yeah.
two Unfinished Tales books and
Yep.
the
I
Children of Hurin and stuff
I
like
I
that.
have the complete library.
See, I don't. That's cool. I need to buy the rest of them. There's a few of them I don't have. I've just never broken down and bought them. Like I have the Silmarillion and I have the trilogy, the Silmarillion and the Hobbit. Like I don't have any of the
I
extraneous
mean,
stuff.
that's still pretty damn good though.
Oh yeah.
Like that's
So
some
here's the
good
thing with the
stuff.
Silmarillion, and this is really goofy. Like you have to treat the Silmarillion like a history book. It's a very narrative history book, but it's a lot of like disparate tales, and it's a lot of background information. So you basically read The Hobbit and the trilogy, all right, and then you read. Oh, you did get which one was missed? I missed it.
Oh,
Who
that
was
was
that
after
from?
Grandflune. Grandflune had it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, and leaps. Okay, that was the big thing where you killed its underside and the big brain looking thing.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have the leap stone. That's the double jump, right?
So, yep. So I was right about having to go to the inverted castle just to get the merman statue to come back and get whatever it's there.
Well, I mean, might not necessarily need it though.
Might
I
not,
mean, it may
but
not.
man, if
It
it's
may
the
not
fifth
be.
item, that's gonna suck.
That would be yeah. That would be really shit. Not gonna lie. So this is what you want to do, and I always say this, and it sounds terrible, but you need to read. You need to read The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. then you read the Silmarillion, then you read The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings again, and then you read the Silmarillion again, and then you read The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings the third time. And when you read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings the third time, you're like, oh, holy fuck, this makes sense. It's
I
like
bet.
all that stuff, all of those little references, everything in there, you're like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like that's why he wanted you to read it first. Is like because he wanted you to read The Hobbit and then read the Silmarillion. So you had all the background and the lore and all that. But after you do it that third time, you're like, oh, that's what they're talking about. And I mean, that's a little. When you start discussing Quenya and Sindarin, then you've gone a little far. You know, so like when Frodo meets Gildor, in the early part of the first book, Fellowship of the Ring, and Gildor's really impressed. Not so much that he speaks Elvish, but that he speaks High Elven. So High Elven is Quenya and is a completely different language. That's names like Fëanor and Eonwë and Arendelle and things like that. Like Sindarin is stuff like, Legolas and the more modern names. But those fancier names with all the umlauts and everything are Quenya.
Hmm.
And so like very few people in Middle Earth speak High Elven. So that's why like Gildor is extremely impressed with him when he can speak it to him.
Huh.
Like only somebody of extreme education would be able to do that, and that's because Bilbo got fascinated with tongues, and so he taught himself High Elven well, and and ensured that Frodo learned it. So there's like little small things like that, that you wouldn't necessarily catch without reading all that, but they add a lot to your understanding. Like you're like, wow, okay, that's a lot bigger deal than I thought it was, when you read it the first time.
Yeah. That's neat.
Like it makes sense that he would be surprised to meet somebody that speaks Elvish because there's not much interplay between the races at that point. Sauron had been playing them off for decades against each other.
I really have to read them. It's funny you talking about all this because just within the past week or so, I was looking at all the books again, and I'm like, man, I really have to read these because I've only ever read Silmarillion, Hobbit, and Lord of the Rings. I haven't actually read the others.
I need to too. I've never done it as well, and I read those. I don't always do the Silmarillion, but I read The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings at least once a year. Every year, just because I love it so much, and then I like to plow through. And then I have to read the indices. And I've got this really cool book that a professional cartographer worked with Christopher Tolkien and the Tolkien estate, and he actually made like really full scale cartographic maps.
That's cool.
Of the of the whole of and it's got the battle maps and everything. Like I mean, he does it to the exact measurements. Like this is how many furlongs it is from from the Lonely Mountain to Rivendell.
Yep.
Like he has it in complete 1-to-1 scale, and it's great. It's like it adds a lot of it actually the writing in it adds a lot of like lore to it too. Like it's because he worked with them directly, and it gives you a pretty cool understanding of how everything fits together. So I'll kind of go through it sometimes too. Just I like to keep it by when I'm reading them, just as a little bit of a reference, because it gives you a really like cool visual reference. Like
Yeah,
gives
definitely.
you idea of the actual like scale of like the actual scale of Gondor and stuff like that. Like it's pretty interesting.
Sounds like it.
You gotta have the jewel open for that, so yeah, it's a necessary progression. So I mean, if you didn't have that, yeah. So you have to get, no matter what, you have to be able to get the jewel of open in the first world.
With this particular preset, yes.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can make a preset where like you would be able to go to it without having the.
So, I mean, without requiring the 4 locations that we are guaranteed to have, like the vanilla locations for the rings and the spike breaker, they could be
Yeah.
anywhere, so you might never need to go into that room.
Oh. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. You still have to have them to get to the reverse castle, but you might not go to that room necessarily.
Right.
We just keep that progression. We keep that particular type of progression on.
Yeah.
We keep it vanilla. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I think it's cool that you're reading your kids The Hobbit, though. That's a great one to read to kids because that's what it came from, was him writing stories during World War I for Christopher. I mean, that's literally where the whole thing came from. Is it was him writing like bedtime stories.
Heh. I could see that.
And The Hobbit in general is just so magical to kids. Like it's
Yeah.
the way it's written. It's meant to it's written that way on purpose. It's meant to
Uh-huh.
kind of appeal to younger audiences. Where The Lord of the Rings reads closer to history books. It's a little more serious. There's less of like the kind of the fun high fantasy that
Yeah. The movies went a little, I don't know, they had their liberties with it, you know?
yeah, I don't have time for that discussion tonight. I'm not a fan. Like I appreciate them for what they are. They're very unbelievably well made for what they are. I mean, they're beautiful movies. They're unquestionably filmed incredibly well, but the liberties they take with it are too much for me.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
they ruin Aragorn. Like
Hey, Tactics
hey, there's
Lion.
Tactics Lions in your chat.
I mean, I like the Lord of the Rings trilogy a lot, but the Hobbit trilogy,
The Hobbit's trash. Now, The Hobbit's
yeah,
trash.
yeah,
Yeah, The Hobbit is unadulterated trash.
that was disappointing.
I have my problems as a purist with the Lord of the Rings movies, but I would not in any way call them ever say they're bad movies. They're incredibly well done movies. The Hobbit looks really good, but it's unadulterated trash. Like
It did not need to be 3 movies.
no, no. And it kind of sucks because there's really good performances in it. The guy, I can't remember his name, but the guy that plays Thorin is great. Martin Freeman's great as Bilbo.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's really good stuff in there.
Have
I mean,
you seen
Cumberbatch is great as
Yeah,
Smaug.
yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah, Cumberbatch is great as Smaug.
It's- the making of is really funny to see Benedict Cumberbatch in the 3D suit doing silly things.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, that I think it was the 3rd Hobbit movie where they have the war and it's like all the ridiculous giant worms are like tunneling through to let the armies through. I was like, what is this?
What is that? That's not even anywhere in there.
No,
I'm
what
like,
is
yeah,
this?
like, it's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Like, why do you have to invent? That's my problem. Is like, I don't care if you leave things out. I understand that movies
Has to be done.
make you do
sometimes.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, I fully accept that and understand it. Don't leave something out and then add a whole bunch of shit that's not in there. Like, that's the sheerest way to piss me off. Yeah, he was. Like, what he did in it was good. But yeah, it was purely for him, not the writing. The writing was terrible. His performance in it was good. Is what I mean to say. Like, his performance in it was great. His direction and his writing, do they not move at this point? Oh,
I had to put speed up.
gotcha.
The one time the lightning gun might actually do something. Look at that. I used it.
The lightning gun?
Yeah. Bam. 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 That's all it does.
Does it not? It doesn't even shoot a projectile, does it?
It does. You can't really see it.
It's just so fast you can't see it.
Oh, failure. And I failed right there.
Yeah. Why are you in the? I was about to say, why are you in doggo form?
I was gonna use the power that I guess I don't have.
I thought you had all the doggo. You bought all the doggo stuff.
I thought I picked up the
You
duration.
did. You
I bought the
I,
attack.
you bought the
Where's
attack, and you had the
soul,
other thing. You had the force
skill?
of wolf.
Yeah, it's only these two. I'm missing the good one. So the
Oh,
one I
there's three.
purchased,
Okay.
yeah, the one I purchased, all it does, this. That's it. Rough. Oh right, you're behind me. All it does is
Special.
this. Rough. That's it. Just
Oh,
charges
okay.
forward a little bit and it does some damage. But then you hit whatever you're trying to kill and it damages you and you fall out of wolf form. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. That's not where I want to go. Come on. Lion. I need the lion.
I
There
know,
we go.
Chauncey. We're about to go to bed.
Oh, that reminds me. I have to let the dogs out. Jeez.
Well, you're almost at Dracula, so if you wanted to stop there, you totally could. And
Richter.
yeah, Richter. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Shaft,
might.
I guess I should say.
I feel like my my voice is leaving me, so I might do that. We'll see.
Yeah, mine doesn't last as long as I'd like it these days, because I've got still got so much sinus congestion that I'm getting rid of. Just use the leap.
I am very tempted to fight Dracula just because I already have 4 out of 5 of the parts, but I'm not tempted to try to get the mermaid statue to come back here just to get the 5th form. Like, oh,
I'm afraid that's probably
I
what's going to
know.
make
I'm
you
like,
do it
please.
too. See, that would be the kind of, when I tell you about the super slow progression on Varia, that would be the kind of thing it would make you do.
Yeah. Ooh, go sell a diamond.
Which is fun if that's what you're wanting, but everything in that is much less onerous than it is in this game. So
If I can get another Heaven's Sword, I can cheese the librarian into giving me infinite money.
do you really need the damn duplicator at this point?
No. I am using a very bad weapon to fight Richter. Very bad weapon. I'm going to kill him so
Really?
quickly. The Marcel does area of effect damage, like, all over the place, and it persists.
Oh, I thought you were using the Alucard sword.
That's what I was about to switch to. Probably should
I
put
don't think
this.
I've ever had the Marcel.
Marcel's real good. Alright, back to Alucard.
Up at the top.
Holy cross! Haha, I didn't take damage. Oh, right. It would help if I was like just waiting for Shaft to show up, you know. Shaft will show up for eventually, right?
Sure.
It would help if I equip the right thing to make
Damn
show
right.
up. There we go. There he is. No, demon. Stop that.
You don't have the. I was gonna say, yeah, you didn't have the glasses.
Yeah.
Equipped.
That was fairly important. Demon. Attack the right thing. There we
He's
go.
not gonna kill him.
I don't know. He's pretty awesome.
I mean, Demon Friend is pretty good. Don't get me wrong.
You know what? Now that I know Demon speaks in Japanese, I kind of want to level him up to 99 just to hear him say Lightning Spear, Fire Spear, and Ice Spear in Japanese.
Ragagen.
Yeah.
Hajime Master.
Could be worth it.
Hajime Master.
Lightning Spear, Fire Spear, Ice Spear. Ooh, Takamitsu. Okay, got my equipment where I like. Oh no, Marcel. I gotta re-equip the Marcel. Here we go. Ah, Takamitsu.
Takamitsu.
The bamboo sword. The worst friggin' sword. What did I just get? Ooh. Moblung. Does Moblung do what I think it does? Oh, holy crap, it does. Oh yeah, best sword.
What does Mad Blowing do?
You'll see in a second. That.
Improves defense.
It functions as the shield rod.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Mad Blowing is.
so good.
Not Beowulf's sword. I don't think that's runting. Beowulf's sword is grunting. Mablung. Is that Siegfried's sword?
I actually don't know this one.
In the Ring of the Nibelung? Or the Nibelungenlied?
Let's go kill York again.
Well, Mablung is an elf in Lord of the Rings, but I thought that was an.
Oh, is Moblung the name of the sword that the Guts-esque character uses? Kills himself with it?
Could be. I don't know. I mean, the only Mablung reference in Lord of the Rings is yeah, he's one of the Rangers. He's well, he was an elf under Thingol that we were talking about earlier, but he's also one of the Ithilien Rangers. With Faramir in the second book Like he's one of the ones that finds. I want to say he's Faramir's second in command. It means with a weighted hand, is what the name means in Sindarin.
Time to embarrass Darkwing Bat.
I thought that was for some reason I was really thinking Mablung was a classic.
Why am I even fighting him? And I could disintegrate him instead. There we go.
No, it is named after. Yeah, it actually is named after.
Oh, I got it. Let's go kill Drac.
I think you're thinking of Turin Turambar. Because he's the one that gets. He's the one that gets brainwashed by.
The dragon?
And Caligon the Black, the dragon, and he ends up fucking his sister.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Yeah, Hrunting is his main sword, yeah. Talking about shut.
Time to kill Dracula.
Boy, shut your mouth.
Man, that's actually pretty fast to find all 5 of them, though. That's good.
Oh, did you get the 5th one?
Mm-hmm. So...
Well, I'll hang out and watch you kill some Draculas
what
then.
is the fastest way? Let me think about this. Do I go up and left or up and right? I feel like up and right is easier. I hate
Which
going
check
up and
was
left.
it? I missed it.
Darkwing Bat.
I mean,
just now.
Your first.
Yep,
Yeah,
first
your
one.
very first check, yeah.
If I go up
Sorry,
and right,
I was looking at Mablung.
Yeah, no problem. I think I'm gonna go up and left, even though I hate going up and left. Which is this way. I think it's faster.
Ring of Varda in this one, and how you do in shit. What's its face? Classic roguelike. Waka knife. Waka.
Another reference is the Fist of Tulkas as well.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a really good weapon in this game too. Oh, I'm getting fucked up here. Avoided it. What level am I?
Yep.
Wow, only 28. I hate this route so much. Why did I go this way?
I don't know. This is pretty balls.
Friggin' ha! 3 in 1. Should always be clock tower. Yes, no. Should always just be the case.
NetHack. You know how in NetHack you carve Elbereth on the ground? It's got a lot of Tolkien references in the original NetHack game. Elbereth and Varda are the same person. Elbereth is just the different names for the
Okay.
for the same
yeah.
Valar. Yeah. Like I think Elbereth, I believe, is the Quenya, and then like Varda is the Sindarin. Or maybe Varda is the Quenya. Elbereth Agathoniel. Varda's Quenya. Elbereth Sindarin. Same reference. Technically, she's an Ainur. I forget. I forget about that. I forget that that's what they are. They call them the Valar, but the culture's the Valar, but Ainur is what they actually are. Yeah, I mean it would be because Manwë and Varda are those, and Manwë's definitely the Sindar, or definitely the Quenya because it's got the umlauts, which don't do what they do in German, coincidentally. You got an awful lot of hearts to
Yeah,
have sub weapons.
I have all the heart pickups. Oh my gosh.
I mean, the life max up doesn't hurt.
Hey, I don't. It will be absolutely pointless in a second because I have the Moblung.
I'll have to watch this because I
It's,
definitely use a shield rod. So
Yeah, if you blink, you're gonna miss the fight with Dracula, basically.
what are you gonna use?
This. And on your screen, this. That's funny.
You're just
Tactics
gonna
line.
run into it. You're just gonna run into him.
I am just gonna run into him and hold my shield up, and he's going to melt, and it will be over.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tactics line. That's just classic Castlevania, though. It was all you always had the life bar, and hearts represented your sub weapons. So it's just.
And it will always bother him.
I mean, yeah. Traditionally, like you're only hurting those. I mean, is 8 like their max HP? Well, that did 251 damage.
Yeah, it will slaughter him.
You're getting heal. Are those fire or something? Because it's healing you by 8.
I'm getting healed because not only does it do massive damage to the enemies, it heals me.
Gotcha.
It's super unfair. Watch these guys. You know how hard they are to kill? Not anymore. Oh, and I got a Ring of Arda.
Did you really? All that talking about the damn Ring of Arda.
As if that was needed at this point. Oh, get over here. There we go. Got him.
Yep.
Hey, wait, didn't kill him. Bastard. Got away.
As if the seed wasn't a golden ring to rule them all. One ring to find them. Yeah, those guys wreck your shit if they hit you, though.
Yeah. Taught him a lesson.
Apparently you're not going to learn your lesson.
go.
You're just going to die. It's like...
No, I backed away. I'm right here. There's a save point.
Oh, that's funny.
You gotta get them just right, and I was not getting them just right.
Bonk. At least they kindly put a save point right before your final fight.
Yeah. Yeah, this game is very kind. There's never a really long period that you have to go between save points.
Yeah, it doesn't learn from its NES predecessors that want you to die in a fiery, painful death. Like, NES games won't do... They not only want you to die, they want to damn your soul for eternity. And yet we love and play them anyway.
Have you seen, what's it called? Here, maybe 1 second of damage? Maybe?
Shaft.
Not anymore. There's an 8-bit Metroidvania-esque game. I forget the name of it now. Like Astalon or something. Looked interesting.
I think that sounds like what Blau was talking about that he thought I'd really like. I think
Oh.
that's exactly the word he used.
Neat. Yeah, somebody in Brick's chat mentioned it, and I looked it up. Looked interesting.
I've got a cool one on Steam that I really liked. That's kind of like a when set like in space on an alien planet. It's very retro graphics, but I really enjoyed it. I've got it on YouTube. What's it called? Tethys.
All right, Bob. Here it is.
Oh, I gotta get back on it.
It's over.
God. Yeah, that's just a little bit broken there. Go back.
So that was like just under the 2-hour mark.
That wasn't bad. Too many Steam games. I'm having trouble even seeing it. I've got one I haven't played yet. That was on AGDQ this year, but I didn't want to watch it because I haven't played it. That's called Environmental Station Alpha. And
Have not heard of it.
Escape from Tethys is the one I played. I loved it. Like it's a very like old school Metrovania type, and I had a blast in it. Like I thought it was a great game. It's not that long, It's got a good bit of exploration. But it's not that long, but yeah. Environmental Station Alpha looked really good. It's real retro graphics too. So I'm gonna go ahead and install it because that shouldn't take me but a minute. Because it's real old school, real retro graphics. I also need to go ahead and install Subnautica, or I broke down and bought the expansion to Subnautica, which is basically a whole entirely different game.
I'm not familiar with that title.
Subnautica's Below Zero. Oh, I love Subnautica. Subnautica is one of my favorite games I've ever played in my life. Like, I adored it. It's like it's a survival game, but it's a clear beginning to end. It's not like Minecraft. It's like one of those like Minecraft adjacent games that has all those things with it. But like you crash land on an alien planet that's all water, and you're trying to survive and all this, and you got to craft all this stuff, and then you find out there's this ongoing plot, and then you make these submarines, and it's really cool. It's a beautiful game. It's really fun. I don't know if the Below Zero is the expansion where you're on an ice planet, but it's basically a whole entirely different game. I think it's still in beta though. But I could play Subnautica again in a heartbeat. I fucking love Subnautica so much.
The game that I found that looked interesting is Noita. I don't know how to actually pronounce it. Noita. It's on Steam.
Noita or whatever.
Yeah, you know that one?
I've seen it, but I haven't ever like played it or anything.
Looks like fun. I think it might be early access still. I'm not sure.
Noita.
It's weird. I can't find it when I search for it in Steam. But if I click on the soundtrack, then I can link to it there. That's weird.
Yeah, it's only pulling up the soundtrack, Noita plus official soundtrack.
But there's a link, if you click on Noita, there's a link to the game in the description. That's pretty weird.
That's weird.
Oh yeah, it doesn't look like it's early access. I thought it was. I must be thinking of something else. Interesting. Came out 2020.
I could get into a game. That looks kind of cool. I think I could get into a game like that. It's overwhelming. It's very positive in the recent reviews, and it's overwhelmingly positive on the overall reviews. It's very Risk of Rain. It's got like a lot of Risk of Rain.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget who the makers are. They made something else I like, I think.
I love the old pixel games. Like that's what Environmental Station Alpha is. Imagine if Spelunky, instead of ending on level 7 to 99, actually continued until 35 with a bunch more bosses and hundreds of different items and modifiers and perks. Man, that sounds like a pretty deep game.
Yeah, it sounds pretty friggin' great. It sounds punishing as all hell, but still.
Yeah. Well, you'd be all for it then, with
I
all
well,
your
it did
rampant masochism.
pique my interest. Yeah.
Yeah, all of your rampant masochism, so that would make sense. All right, well, I'm gonna hop off here, man. I'm gonna get ready to go to bed. It's already 11:22. Man, it's like almost 1 in the morning for you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun.
Hey, yeah, too. I was glad I got to watch you finish it. I hadn't seen SotN in a while, so anyway, we'll hit you up later, man.
All right. Take care.
All right, you too.
Dactus Line, you gonna stick around if I play something else? Trying to decide whether I want to do another game or not. Let's see what randos do I have pulled up here. I got some FF1R seeds. I got more SotN seeds. I'm not gonna do another SotN run right now. I've got some Doom stuff. Let's see. Ah, man, I think these new seeds I generated for FF1R are probably on the longer side with the new flags that I'm running. I was talking about it earlier. I don't know if you were here for it, but yeah, those are probably going to be too long for me, given that it's almost 12:30. I think I'm going to have to call it with the credits. The credits have rolled. Yeah, I think it's good night for me. Good night, everybody.